Yeah.
Yeah, we will start.
Okay. The
triune self.
A triune self has three parts. The psychic part or doer, the mental part or thinker, and the noetic part or knower. A portion of the doer is in the kidneys and adrenals. The thinker contacts the heart and lungs, and the knower contacts the pituitary body and the pineal body. These three parts are active parts of the psychic, mental, and noetic atmospheres and are only partially connected with these organs. There are four atmospheres: the physical atmosphere of the body, and the psychic, mental, and noetic atmosphere of the triune self. The atmospheres of the triune self relate to the form world, life world, and the light worlds of the earth sphere, and to the psychic, mental, and noetic atmospheres of the human, which in turn relates to the form plane, life plane, and light plane of the physical world. The physical atmosphere consists of units of the solid, fluid solid, airy solid, and radiant solid substates of matter, which is showed in figure 3. These are kept in circulation in and through the physical body by the physical breath, which is active side of the breath form. Okay, these are kept in circulation in and through the physical body by the physical breath, which is the active side of the breath form. With each inhalation, there is an exhalation of matter through the openings of the body, including the pores of the skin. The physical atmosphere is usually invisible, though the senses of a sight can be adjusted to perceive some of its radiations. It is not like a cloud of dust, but has a definite boundary in which are zones and a whirling through them. Zones and light whirling through them. The physical atmosphere does not continue after death. So these are he's talking about the aura.
Yes.
So you want to explain or you want me to read further?
No, we can go further because there's nothing to explain here.
Yeah. The psychic, mental, and noetic atmospheres of the triune self are intelligent matter, not nature matter. Shows in figure 5b, the psychic atmosphere surrounds and pervades the physical atmosphere of the body during life and is spherical with a definite boundary. It corresponds to the matter of the form world and is conscious in the degree of feeling and desire.
Okay.
Throughout
Let's take a look at that picture for a minute.
Yeah, that helps.
One second.
Yeah, 5b.
Okay. This is the one. Right, let me just blow it out. So this is the physical atmosphere of the human world within that this one, which is in the manifested portion of the physical world. Then you got the form world, the thinker, and this one. Okay. This is not a complicated part of it. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue.
Yeah, but here he says the psychic atmosphere. Further it explains. Okay.
No. See, the same thing. See, the psychic atmosphere is the form world.
Yeah.
So these are the three atmospheres of the triune self.
Yeah. And also I think he the degree of light he explains further, I think.
Correct. That we have already studied, so it's okay. We can go ahead.
Okay. So there are 4 atmospheres: the physical atmosphere of the body, and the psychic, mental, and noetic atmosphere of the triune self. The atmospheres of the triune self relate to the form, light worlds. Did I read all this? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you read it, but anyway, no harm. Read it again.
Okay. The atmospheres of the triune self relate to the form world, life world, and light world of the earth sphere, and to the psychic, mental, and noetic atmosphere of the human, which in turn relate to the form, life, and light planes of the physical world. The physical atmosphere consists of units of the solid-solid, fluid-solid, airy solid, and radiant solid substances, substrates of matter, which is showed in figure 3. You want to show the figure, or I can continue?
No, you can continue. That's a straight.
Okay. These are kept in circulation in and through the physical body by the physical breath, which is the active side of the breath form.
Okay, you want to see that figure? I will just take you there one second.
Oh, those are the radiation. Yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah.
So basically, see, he talks about 4 layers creating this, the physical form. Then you have got one pattern which is pertaining to the each of the 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are the 4 physical organs directly related to the 4 form worlds.
Yeah. So those are the digestive, circulatory, respiratory, generative, and the physical body.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. These are kept in circulation in and through the physical. Okay. With each inhalation, there is an exhalation of matter through the openings of the body, including the pores of the skin. This physical atmosphere is usually invisible, though the senses of sight can be adjusted to perceive some of its radiation. He is talking about the aura, even though we cannot see, even though it is invisible, he says, with sense perception, we can. It is not like a cloud of dust, but has a definite boundary in which the zones and whirling through them, The physical atmosphere does not continue after death. The psychic, mental, and noetic atmospheres of the triune self are intelligent matter, not nature matter. The psychic atmosphere surrounds and pervades the physical atmosphere of the body during life and is spherical with a definite boundary. It corresponds to the matter of the form world and is conscious in the degree of feeling and desire. He's talking about the psychic atmosphere. Throughout the psychic atmosphere of the triune self is a definite circulation and surging carried on through the blood and the physical atmosphere. So this carries the degree of feeling and desire through the circulation surging. Surrounding and passing through the psychic atmosphere is the mental atmosphere, which is spherical and with a definite boundary. It corresponds to the matter of the life world and is conscious in the degree of rightness and reason. That portion which is in the psychic atmosphere contracts and expands, and in it is diffused light of the intelligence, like sunlight in a heavy fog. So in this psychic atmosphere, he says intelligence light is
in the psychic atmosphere, you have the physical atmosphere in the manifested portion of the psychic. See, if you go back to the diagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the diagram 5?
The 5.
Yeah. See, here, what is happening? This is the physical world.
Yeah.
Correct. The human physical world is in the manifested portion of the psychic world.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you will have a diffused portion of light in the psychic world.
So it's not completely obscured.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and the mental portion is again in the, the psychic world is in the mental portion of the, in the manifested portion of the mental world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And each world is not that rigid as that circle represents, right?
It is not that rigid, sir. This diagram, actually, these are supposed to be moved to the center. All these circles, they are concentric circles.
No, not only that, the borders are not.
It is spherical in nature, basically.
They spread.
It is not circle at all.
So there is a section of the border which involves both the worlds together.
Yeah.
No, all three of them will be influencing one another, sir.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because of the breath form.
Right.
Because the breath. Yeah.
Okay. This light comes from the noetic atmosphere, which surrounds and is present throughout the mental atmosphere. So it is because it's a bordering. Correct. The noetic atmosphere corresponds to the matter of the light world and is conscious in the degree of I-ness and selfness, or identity and knowledge, corresponds to identity and knowledge. This atmosphere is clear. It is colorless sphere of shadowless light, which comes from its source directly into the noetic atmosphere.
So when is the light shadowless?
The senses, when we use the senses, I think it's obscured.
No. See, forget the senses. When the light is shadowless means it is exposed to the direct beams.
Yeah, shadowless, yes.
Correct. Right?
Yeah.
That was the point I was making.
Yeah. Circulation of the units are carried on through the 4 atmospheres by the breaths. The physical breath connects to the 3 atmospheres of the triune self with the corresponding 3 atmospheres of the human. So, yeah. And through the physical
human atmosphere is nothing but your aura.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
See, figure 5b, he says, right? If this is 5.
Same figure, yeah.
All the way to the bottom?
No, this is 5a.
Yeah, we saw it before, 5b.
5b.
Huh? No, this is 5a. 5b is this one.
Same thing that we saw before, yeah.
Yeah,
correct.
Here he says, the physical atmosphere of the human is made up of emanations from the 4-fold physical body, which extends from a few inches to a considerable distance. That is shown in 3. But so here the bottom one is the physical atmosphere of the human.
No, see, the innermost is physical atmosphere because all these are spherical in nature. It is nothing like bottom and top.
That's right, innermost. Yeah.
So the innermost is the physical. That is the format on which the other spheres are formed.
Around, yeah.
Correct.
That's right.
This represents the same thing as the atmospheres of the earth and the physical atmosphere of the earth. The physical atmosphere of the human along with the other 3 atmospheres.
Yeah, that's right. So the physical breath connects to the constitution of the triune self by way of the atmospheres of the human with the nature organization in the physical body. Let me repeat this. So the physical breath connects to the constitution of the triune self by way of the atmospheres of the human, that is these 3 atmospheres, with the nature organization in the physical body.
Correct. So physical body is representing the nature organs because it has got the organs pertaining to the nature matter.
Yeah. Airy, solid.
Those 4 organs, the respiratory, those 4 systems.
By
the
means
organs
of
become those which are in the cavities.
Yeah. By means of the physical breath, there is a current between the human and the corresponding planes and worlds and the fire, air, water, and earth elementals in them. Wow, this is how it connects. By means of the physical breath, there is a current between the human and the corresponding planes and worlds and the fire, air, water, and earth elementals in them.
Correct. So now what is happening is, as you breathe in, breathe out, you are breathing out components of fire, air, water, and earth.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are breathing in again the same thing. But the composition of those is changing.
But at the same time, we are also connecting through the physical breath.
No, see, the moment I am breathing out and breathing in, I am only exchanging the content. So I am always connected, no?
Yeah. Not only that, we are connecting at the same time all these things, the planes, worlds, and the elementals.
Because they are part of the atmosphere around you.
Yeah.
See, we are surrounded by all of them. So they are going to permeate into this.
Yeah.
And what we breathe out also will keep going through all these elements.
Yes.
Depending upon the level of consciousness and the level of purity.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Now concerning the generation of a thought in or
so
through
now
the
he is moving to the generation of a thought.
Yeah.
See, till now he was talking about how the thought takes place.
Yeah, and how it is, and also how the triune self connects to the other outside world.
Correct. So he has taken us to what is a thought and what happens with the thought, how it is connected. Now he is taking us through the generation side of it. Yeah.
So now concerning the generation of a thought in or through the physical atmosphere, there is a constant pressing by elementals of the different worlds. In or through the physical atmosphere, there is a constant pressing by elementals of the different worlds to reach the organs and the centers of the physical body so as to affect the feeling of the doer and get sensation through it. Oh, I see. So always so we get through the sensations. I get through the outside world, through the sensation. There is always pressure.
See, your connection to the outside world is by means of your sense organs.
Yeah.
Correct. So that is how you perceive them. And in addition to that, you have got the breath that is throwing out these elements and the radiations and taking the other radiations inwards.
Yes, and that is how it affects the feeling of the doer.
Correct.
And they throng this way because they seek sensation. For they themselves have no feeling, no sensation through feeling, except as they can get it through the feeling of an animal or a human. They are repelled or attracted by the character, good or bad, of the physical atmosphere. So elementals of the physical world are attracted or kept away, particularly by the conditions of the body, enfeebled, exhausted, and unhealthy, or strong and vigorous. The elementals of the different worlds meeting and thronging around the physical atmosphere enter and leave it with the physical breathing, which takes them in and out through the openings and nerve centers of the body. Let me read this.
This is where your chakra and all that is coming into picture.
Oh, okay. So the elementals of the different worlds, okay, and basically in day-to-day, the objective world, I mean, elementals is the
elementals is the broken down condition of these four elements.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They are the capsules, they are the particles, basically.
Okay. They are elementals of the different worlds meeting and thronging around the physical atmosphere enter and leave it with the physical breathing, which takes them in and out through the openings and nerve centers of the body. With the elementals, with the elementals, the thought of the other, with the elementals, the thoughts of other persons. Okay.
See, the easiest way to remember this, if I may, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to yesterday's the diagram that I was talking. Right? Okay. One way to perceive this, what you just said, is encapsulated in this information that is going in and coming out. This information is coming from the aura.
Oh, okay.
Because this is that information that is getting exchanged between body and body. That is what he's saying. And based on how they feel, how they affect the feeling of the doer, the corresponding thoughts get generated.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because his English, here with the elementals strong, the thoughts of other persons.
Correct. See, look at this, read this now. Now concerning the generation of a thought. In or through the physical atmospheres, there is a constant pressing by elements of the different worlds to reach the organs and centers of the physical body, so as to affect the feeling of the doer. Right? How is the feeling, the organs and this one, the doer is under the control of the physical body, which is under the control of the body-mind, which is under the control of the senses.
Yeah.
Correct. And get sensations through it. So the feeling is the organs, how they impact the organs, and that is what is the sensation. They throng this way because they seek sensation. Right?
Yeah.
For they themselves have no feeling, no sensation through feeling, except as they can get it through the feeling of an animal or a human.
Yeah.
Okay? The feeling of an animal and that of a human. That means it requires a body for getting that feeling. They are repelled or attracted by the character of the physical atmosphere. So, like attracts like, and unlike repels unlike. Elementals of the physical world are attracted or kept away particularly by the condition of the body. If the body is weak, they will be repelled. If it is unhealthy, the environment that is coming in, if they are bad, right, and the body is strong, they will be repelled. This is the same thing as like attracts like and unlike attracts, unlike repels unlike.
So if the body is strong, it repels.
No, it will repel if the condition is bad, but if it is good, it will build. And the unhealthy part will try to repel the good.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. So if the stronger the one, then the attraction will be more powerful as compared to the weak. See, this is why they say through meditation you can cure most of it because you are strengthening those feelings. Are you with me?
Positive feelings.
Correct. No, not only positive, the energy levels are increased.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
So during Corona also, they used to say meditate a lot, keep yourself strong, don't succumb, don't subscribe to fear.
Yeah.
What is all that? That is building your positive environment.
Yeah, and also see, fear is the negative kind of energy. You know, when you have fear,
Correct.
you attract. Yeah.
And you're weak.
Yeah.
See what happens, let us say the negative elements of the four elements which are negative come to your body. Okay?
Yeah.
Their action on the body depends upon whether you are enfeebled, exhausted and unhealthy or strong and vigorous. So there is an attraction or a repulsion that is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
The elementals, yeah, read that.
Elementals and thoughts of another kind having other aspects of sensation.
No, but please complete the previous one. The elementals of the different worlds.
Yeah. Meeting and thronging around the physical atmosphere, enter and leave it with the physical breathing, which takes them in and out through the openings and nerve centers of the body. With the elementals, throng the thoughts of other persons.
Elementals, see, thought, when it is getting exchanged, it is getting converted to balls of energy or balls of information, which is the wraparound, which is the wrapper around the elements that are getting thrown out when you breathe out.
So what do they mean? The thoughts of other persons with the elemental?
Thought.
Yeah.
What is thought?
It's a being.
So thought is generating your feeling and desire, correct?
Yeah.
That is energy.
Energy, yeah. Energy,
correct.
yeah.
That is what you are breathing out. That is what you are taking in.
Through the
information, there is the thought. See, your thought is encapsulated as feeling and as emotion, basically. That is what is going out.
Yeah.
So you are thinking you are breathing air. What you are breathing is the constitution that is inside, which is built up, which is a build-up of your four elements of nature.
So does it mean that it influences other people?
Yeah, it will, no? If I am feeling bad, will you feel bad?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. As simple as that.
It is the thoughts of other people, not thoughts by other people.
No, it is both ways, sir. It is not one way, it is both ways.
Thoughts of other persons.
That's why they say keep the aura clean when you go to a negative environment, they say, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Elementals and thoughts of a sexual nature entered through the sex opening. Elementals and thoughts of another kind having other aspects of sensation and excitement entered through the navel and the pores. Elementals and thoughts of another kind having other aspects of sensation and excitement entered through the navel and pores. And the pores. These are called...
See, there are two areas through which your thoughts enter. Because you get sexual thoughts or elemental thoughts, or there are those intellectual, all that, correct?
Yeah.
So, of the four thoughts, the four classes of thoughts, right? The elementals throng through the body. Elementals and thoughts of a sexual nature enter through the sex opening.
Yeah.
Elements and thoughts of another kind having other aspects of sensation and excitement enter through the navel and pores. These are here called simply elemental because they are especially connected with romping or playing rather than the lust.
So is this like, suppose if somebody buys a nice car, when you
he's
see
explaining further. Next sentence, Bala madam, hunger, thirst. He's explaining.
Oh, I see. Okay. These are simply elemental.
No, you need to read from here. Such
Such elementals.
Such elementals and thoughts are those of hunger, thirst, running to see fires or accidents, doing such things as looking out or a window without having an object, splashing in water, dancing, making a noise, running, joining in a crowd, inquisitiveness without reason, mischief, traveling with swift movement, doing what gives a thrill or makes fun. Through the navel enter also elementals and thoughts of anger, fear, malice, hatred, and drunkenness. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So basically, so all this.
Now just read that again. I will just come back. Give me 2 minutes. Someone is at the door.
So all these things are entering through breath. And
through breath and also opening, he says navel and pores.
Right, but these are all elementals that are entering through the breath. And then it is going to either to the sex organ or to the navel.
Oh, yeah.
Two divisions he is talking about, right?
Yeah.
Initially, he talked about sexual nature enter through the sex opening. That is one. The second thing he is talking about is that which goes through the navel. And the pores of the skin. So these two are still going through because you are breathing in different elementals from 3 different worlds.
Yes, elementals of the starting sexual.
Elementals from all those worlds are there together, and so we are breathing in those, and those breathing is the one that is affecting these 2 sections of the body.
Okay, that is how it affects when we go into negative.
Entire communication, your entire communication is because of the breath only, no other change.
Yeah. So that is how
with the words.
With the word,
yes.
Yes. So you want me to?
Okay, when you say with the words, it includes the occupants of the words and the composition of those also.
Yes. Such elementals and thoughts are those of hunger, thirst, running to see fires or accidents, doing such things as looking out of or into a window without having an object, splashing in water, dancing, making a noise, running, joining in a crowd, inquisitiveness without reason, mischief, traveling with swift movement, doing what gives a thrill or makes fun. So all these hikers and all, I think similar.
Including squeezing a nimbu.
Yeah. So though the navel enters, and though the navel enter also elementals and thoughts of through the navel enter also elementals and thoughts of anger, fear, malice, hatred, and drunkenness. Right. Emotional elementals and thoughts entered through the openings in the breast, because the heart area. They are of ordinary religious exercises, of social activities at dance, card games, races, and banquets, of oratory, of music, of sympathy, of suffering, of tolerance, of pathos. I don't know what is pathos. Of kindliness, of fanaticism, and of prejudice. All these emotions, because these are emotional, they entered through the openings of the breast. So in addition, elementals and thoughts may enter through the eye, ear, mouth, or nose, which 4 organs of sense are common to all 4 classes of elementals. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, of course, because when we see something, we attract. Same way we hear the sound, we either fear or excitement.
Yeah, right.
The same way the taste through the mouth and the smell through the nose. Okay. Intellectual thoughts may enter from without or come from within. If they
from
come
outside or from inside.
Yeah,
That's
either
easy to understand.
If they come from without, they enter through the openings in the head. Okay. If they come from within, they arise in the head.
Okay. Both go to the head because that's where the analysis is there.
Yeah.
Analysis. Yeah.
Of this order are called intellectual thoughts concerned with sense perceptions. All thoughts of business, law, architecture, theology, chemistry, and other branches of the natural and social sciences and speculations of the philosophical kind. So these intellectual thoughts, either they enter outside the head or they can arise inside the head. Elementals and thoughts of these various kinds entered through their appropriate gates at the proper swing of the breath. Okay. So basically all these various kinds entered through their appropriate gates at the proper swing of the breath, only through the breath. Once in the body, to which they can gain access only through their likeness to the mental, psychic, and physical atmosphere surrounding it. They stir the astral body, which is a body of radiant, airy radiant, fluid radiant, and solid radiant units of physical matter, which are shaped into form by the much finer matter of the breath form. Okay, so basically this is the aura, isn't it? Astral body, radiant. Chandra Garu?
Yeah.
So is he talking about the aura, astral body, which is the body of radiant, airy radiant? They stir the astral body. Elementals and
actually, yeah.
See, all
the
elemental thoughts, once they enter, he says they gain access only through their likeness to the mental, psychic, and physical atmosphere surrounding it. They stir the astral body. So when he says astral body, which is a body of radiant, airy radiant, fluid radiant, and solid radiant, units of physical matter. So is he talking about the different auras?
One sec, I lost concentration.
You, madam, yes. Yeah, it is the aura that he is talking about.
It is the aura. See, other than the physical body, entire communication, whatever it is, happens through the external atmosphere. Now, what is happening? Once in the body, to which they can gain access through their likeliness to the mental, psychic, and physical atmosphere surrounding it. Correct? They stir the astral body, which is a body of radiant, airy radiant, and fluid radiant, and solid radiant units of physical matter. See, the unit that is surrounding us, the physical matter, is built out of these elements. Now, where are these elements? The entire astral body is connected only with the pituitary and this one, right?
Yeah.
And they can gain access only through that. That is the point he is making. Yeah.
Okay. The astral body puts the elements or the thoughts in touch with the sensory side of the involuntary nervous system, which connects with the openings or nerve center.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, nerve centers are sitting in one of the bodies. See, you've got the 7 layers of the body which he has not introduced anywhere.
Oh, I see. Okay. So basically those are the, mental body or...
But these are part and parcel of your aura.
Yeah. Okay. The astral body also connects the elements or the thoughts with the breath form while they are still in the nerve center. The breath form is throughout the involuntary nervous system and is in this way reached by the elementals or the thoughts. let me read this again. I'm confused. The astral body puts the elementals.
No, you start with here. Emotional elements. You start from there.
Where is this emotion? Yeah, emotional element. Okay. Emotional
elementals the same as the thoughts. Elementals are the thoughts. That's what he says.
No, sir.
And
sir,
elementals
are not thoughts. Elementals are your four composition of the four elements.
Yes. Okay.
Which is your earth and all those.
Yeah, earth, air, fire.
Right in the head. Yeah. Somewhere I read or somewhere.
Oh, no, here he said and thoughts. Elementals.
He is always thoughts is by virtue of the effect that these are having on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elementals and thoughts of these various kinds entered through their appropriate gates at the proper swing of the breath. Once in the body, so they after entering into the body to which they can gain access only through their likeness to the mental, psychic and physical atmospheres surrounding it. So basically either physically or mentally we have to say accept or reject it at that time, even though after entering the thoughts through these, these gates, even at that time also we can reject it.
Ma'am, that attraction rejection is something that happens right through as part of the process.
Yeah.
It is not that it will happen only at one point.
Once, they enter, once they are there, they stir the astral body, which is the body of radiant, airy radiant, fluid radiant, and solid radiant units of physical matter, which are shaped.
Now, just wait for a minute. See, what are these four radiant ones? They belong to which world? They belong to the light world.
Yes. Right.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
when
you are talking about light world, you have got the psychic, mental, and the neotic. They belong to the neotic plane.
Yeah.
All the three elementals are there. Yes.
Yeah.
Right now, so it is those that are illuminated. When do you reach the neotic plane?
When the balance is reached.
Correct.
Balance is achieved.
No, not only that. So that is what he is trying to say here. See, emotional elements and thoughts enter through the opening in the breast.
And
why?
Then...
Why is it entering through the breast? Where does your
heart lies?
Where does your neotic connect? Neotic connects to your pituitary, right?
Pineal, yeah.
Correct. Then you're coming to your mental. All those emotions are part of your mental plane.
Yeah.
The mental atmosphere is surrounding and touching your heart.
Yeah, that's why he said it. They enter into through breast area.
So they enter through the breast.
Yeah.
They are of ordinary religious exercises, that means beliefs, of social activities as dances, experiences, card games, races, and banquets, of oratory. So all these are with respect to the neotic impact of sympathy, of suffering. So there is that rightness and reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. Of fanaticism and of prejudice. In addition, elementals and thoughts may enter through, right? Through the psychic plane. These are all components of the psychic plane, the physical world, right? The sensory. see these four that he's talking about, they can enter through. So one, it can enter through the breast.
Yeah, those are emotional.
Correct. Those are the emotion related. Otherwise, they could enter through your senses.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
And what enters through your senses need not be just emotions.
Okay.
That is why he says they are common to all four classes of the elements.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. Now, further, intellectual thoughts may enter from
without or
no,
come
so from within. No, I'm trying to make it simpler. From outside or from inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
If they come from outside, they enter through the openings in the head.
Yeah.
Now, intellect is a property of whom?
Brain.
Knowledge and selfness. Who is owning knowledge and selfness?
Noetic world.
The noetic world. Correct? So, so that is the knower of the triune self.
Right.
Yeah, no.
So intellectual thoughts may enter from without or within. If they come from without, they enter through the opening in the head. If they come from within, they arise in the head. Okay. Of this order are intellectual thoughts concerned with sense perception. All thoughts of business, law, architecture, theology, chemistry, and other branches of the natural and social sciences and speculations of the philosophical kind. Where are they coming from? They are coming from inside. They are related to the sense perception.
These are all knowledge based.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Now go further. Is that clear to everyone?
Yeah.
We have a large crowd today. Yeah. We have so many.
11 people.
11 people, I think. So is it clear to everyone?
Everyone has to answer, sir.
I know.
Who is everyone? I don't know.
So we're reading from the book simultaneously. So like.
No, you can read from the book. Are you understanding what?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trying to relate. Yeah.
Right? That's continue, Bala. Right? Elementals and thoughts of these various kinds enter through their appropriate gates at the appropriate swing, at the proper swing of the breath. Because everything that has to enter, whether it is at the neotic plane or otherwise, all the four physical atmospheres, they have to enter through breath. Correct?
Yeah.
The breath has got the four elements that are going in and coming out. The level of consciousness of the individual is able to perceive them at their respective centers, making it simpler. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Right. So that is what he is trying to say. He has used so many sentences, but in simple terms, it is not more than that. Okay. Now, elementals and thoughts of these various kinds enter through their appropriate gates at the appropriate swing of breath. Like he also explained somewhere, right? If you are thinking about a particular thing or feeling about a particular thing, a particular mind is acting. You recall that, correct?
Yeah.
And that action is again triggered by the breath.
Okay.
Okay, that is how the whole thing is related. So, elements in thought, once in the body, to which they can gain access only through the likeliness of the mental, psychic and physical atmosphere surrounding it. What are these four atmospheres? They are part of your aura. They have not yet entered your physical body. Once in the body means it is once in the physical atmosphere of the body. They stir the astral body, which is a body of radiant, airy radiant. So all the radiant components surrounding the atmosphere, the physical atmosphere, is the one that is pertaining to the astral body. So these radiant units of the physical matter, which are shaped into form by the much finer matter of the breath form. The astral body puts the elementals or the thoughts in touch with the sensory side of the involuntary nervous system. Which is the one that is controlling the involuntary nervous system? It is your knower and thinker.
Oh, knower and thinker. Okay, yeah.
You remember the diagram, no? That knower and thinker, that is what came in the introduction.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
The astral body puts the elements or thoughts in touch with the sensory side of the involuntary nervous system, which connects with the opening or nerve centers. So astral body, it is through the nerve centers and the involuntary nervous system. The astral body also collects the elementals and thoughts with the breath form while they are still in the nerve center. The breath form is throughout the involuntary nervous system and is in this way reached by elementals or the thoughts. The breath form, when touched by the elementals or thoughts, act automatically through the motor fibers of the involuntary nerve. This is your nervous system.
Yeah.
Or the sensory fibers of the voluntary nerve. So what is physical is your voluntary, what is non-physical is your involuntary, which corresponds to the nerve by which the elementals or the thoughts enter. The elemental or thought travels with this communication and arrives at the sensory side of the voluntary system. Correct? Because the sensory means again the kidneys and adrenaline and all that. And whatever is there pertaining to the sensory side, which is your emotions, all those. There, the breath form puts the elemental or the thought in touch with feeling.
Can you, like, I didn't get it. So basically it is, he's saying first it enters into the involuntary nerve system and then it connects to the voluntary system.
See, first what is happening is, one second, he has not given us a diagram for us to think, but we will try to draw the diagram. That is the figure 3. Okay. See, it has to, if something has to enter here, it has to pass through these.
Yeah.
It is passing through these as elementals. Those elementals are the ones which are passing through the respective gates. You've got gates here, your gates here, you've got gates here. And your gates all across here in terms of the sensory. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Gates you are showing now.
Then gates are basically your connections to those worlds. How are you connected to the neotic world? Through your pituitary and pineal gland.
Yes.
How are you connected to the mental world? Through your heart.
Heart, lungs.
Correct? And how are you connected to
the kidneys and adrenals?
your psychic is connected to this. What is your connection to the physical world?
Elementals.
Little bit more. Your 4.
Oh yeah, the fire, air, earth.
Which
radiant.
are nothing but your sensory organs, correct?
Yeah.
That is what he has explained.
Yeah.
Is everyone with me now? Okay. Now, when these are happening, depending upon the level of the consciousness, the corresponding thoughts get created. And all that is happening by virtue of the involuntary and voluntary nervous system. Okay, I think we will not waste time. We have to stop in another half an hour tomorrow being Monday. Right? Okay, where were we? We completed this para, correct? The astral body also connects the elementals of thoughts with the breath form while they are still in the nerve center. Where are these nerve centers? They are part of your aura. They are part of your atmosphere surrounding your physical body.
Oh, okay. So when he says nervous system, so it is in the aura. Okay.
Because you have got the physical components inside. They have got organs that are controlled. But the aura is where the nerve centers exist, which is your chakras.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's continue, ma'am.
So the astral body put the elementals or the thoughts in touch with the sensory side of the involuntary nervous system, which connects with the opening or nerve center. The astral body also connects the elementals or the thoughts with the breath form while they are still in the nerve center. The breath form is throughout the involuntary nervous system and is in this way reached by the elementals or the thoughts. The breath form, when touched by the elementals or thoughts, acts automatically through the motor fibers of the involuntary nerve on the sensory fibers of the voluntary nerve, which corresponds to the nerve by which the elementals or the thoughts entered. The elemental or thoughts travel with this communication and arrives at the sensory side of the voluntary system. So there are breath form puts the elemental or the thought in touch with feeling. Oh, that is how it touch. Oh, it came, okay. So yeah. The seat
now,
of
where
feeling.
is the seat of feeling? Whenever you feel something, the first fellow to be impacted is your adrenal.
Yes. the seat of feeling is in the kidneys at present. Feeling is usually not felt there. It extends throughout the body wherever the blood goes and nerves are there. Okay, and let me repeat this. The seat of feeling is the seat of feeling is in the kidneys at present. Feeling
but
is
the
usually
feeling is not felt at the kidneys.
Yeah. At present, it is in kidneys. Feeling is usually not felt there. Kidneys, we don't feel it. It extends through the body wherever the blood goes and nerves are there. There is no feeling in the involuntary nervous system, but only in the voluntary system. However, can we go down?
Yeah.
Can scroll down, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. But only in the voluntary.
Just make both this. Yeah. The seat of the feeling is in the kidney at present.
Yeah.
So that means if the feeling has reached the kidney by virtue of the aura and all that traveling.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, feeling is usually not felt there. It extends throughout the body. Wherever the blood goes and nerves are. So it is transmitted to the nerves via the blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically he's saying, okay, even though it doesn't feel in kidneys because of the circulation, it goes into voluntary, however, there are reactions between the voluntary and the involuntary systems, which let it appear that feeling is in the involuntary system.
Correct, because see, the involuntary is what is being controlled. The involuntary is the one that is being controlled, right? Kidneys and this one, they control the involuntary functions.
Yeah. But see, even though it felt only in the in the involuntary, but because of the circulation at goes, I think it connects to the voluntary system.
Correct.
Yeah. However, there are reactions between the voluntary and the involuntary system, which let it appear that feeling is in the involuntary system. That is how it appears as though it is involuntary system. But nature has no feeling, and the system through which it works in the body has none. What is this? Nature has no feeling, and the system through which it works in the body has none.
Okay. Now, what are the nature and systems in the body? There are 4 systems in the body.
Circulatory system and respiratory system.
Exactly. Exactly. They also form the involuntary system. Please note that. Both nature and the system through which it works in the body has no feeling. I
see. Okay.
So if it doesn't have feeling, it will not have desire also.
Okay. So the system through which it works.
One sec.
But they're saying the seat of desire and feelings
is... It is the seat. It is where they rest. It is where the impact will be felt.
But it is distributed through the blood, like the feelings.
Yes, across the body. That means all the cells in the body will get impacted.
Oh.
But nature has no feeling, and the system through which it works in the body has none. The other set of feeling is desire. Desire has its center in the adrenals, but is not noticed there any more than feeling. That means no feeling, no desire.
It is also not visible. Yeah.
No. See, please understand. Feeling is the passive side of desire.
Yeah.
If feeling is not there, that means desire is inactive. desire has its center in the adrenals, but is not noticed there any more than the feeling its counterpart is noticed in the kidneys. What is the counterpart?
It's a
kidneys. Like as the feeling is not there in the kidney and desire is not noticeable in the adrenal, but it is circulated to the entire body through the blood.
Correct. And that is the way it impacts the kidneys. Desire responds to feeling, into which it shades imperceptibly, so that at no time a clear line can be drawn between the two. That means they are always fluctuating.
Oh, you mean between the kidneys and the adrenals?
Correct. No, between the feeling and desire.
Feeling and desire.
There can be no feeling without some desire, and no desire without some feeling. When feeling is affected, desire acts, and from its seat in the adrenaline and sends an adrenaline secretion into the venomous blood, into the venous bloodstream, and so to the heart and lungs.
So basically,
the equation here.
So from adrenals and kidneys, it's going up into the heart and lungs once the desire is more.
This secretion causes the blood in the lungs to take up oxygen. And so, desire from the psychic atmosphere enters the arterial bloodstream. Venous is the one that is taking to the heart, correct?
Going back to the heart, yeah.
Correct. Now, after this secretion, it goes to the heart. It is taken up by the oxygen. Correct? And so desire, the modified bloodstream is getting circulated in the body. Feeling and desire does travel along the bloodstream and nerves. Up to the time when the breath form puts elementals and thoughts in touch with the feeling in the involuntary nervous system.
No, in the voluntary.
In the voluntary nervous system, in the kidneys, the procedure is the same. But after that, a distinction must be made between the area of elementals and the thoughts, and that of thoughts. When elementals have come into touch with the feeling aspect of the doer, they act from the kidneys, where they are, however, not felt. They travel. So, along the sensory nerves, they travel along the sensory nerves of the voluntary system. There, they are the sensation in the parts to which they are attracted. They dance and play and sport, so to speak, on the nerves there. The doer feels their action and they share in that feeling. They produce the sensation. They are the sensation as long as they are in touch with feeling. There's a lot. Okay, then we'll stop here.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll go through this up to the...
Yeah, I think each one should go through. I will, before the end of the week, I will prepare a map out of this because I've committed to quite a few important activities.
Okay. Thank you.
So, yes. So, Anita ma'am and Neeta, who have joined for the first time, or irregularly, or irregularly, please go through all the recordings that are there in the YouTube. I would request you so that you get a basic understanding of where we are, particularly for us in spiritual counseling, up to chapter, actually all the chapters are very important. Later on, he takes this to the physical dimension, then he takes it to the mental dimension, and so on. But let us give this adequate focus. Vita ma'am, you are there somewhere? Oh yeah, I see Gautama Buddha, sorry. You are also coming after a long time. Please go through all the recordings. For us in spiritual tablets, these topics are like backbones.
Certainly, sir. Certainly.
Now, don't you think so, Brita ma'am, with all your experience? Does
Yes,
it
sir, definitely.
help us get a lot of clarity?
Definitely, sir. Definitely. In fact, it's still helping me. What little I have done earlier in the classes is still helping me in the counseling. So if I think that if everybody of us complete this entire journey of this book, their level of understanding with the problems will be very different.
No,
And it will be very
so
profound.
much of, see, probably this is why GK sir calls this ECWs.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
In fact, I had a 5-minute discussion with GK sir, and he heard me for 2 minutes and he said, Chandra, what you are telling me sounds like it is the practical side of spiritual tablets. No, it gives us so much clarity. I never imagined.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
I actually started this book. Now there is a request from people in Australia to start the book for them.
No, Chandra Garu, except for his language, the Upanishadula is easy, much easier to read and understand than this book.
I know, but unfortunately, Upanishad, my problem is I don't know Sanskrit. If I read any other language, it is an interpretation.
Yeah.
It is not an experience. The only reason I am giving importance to this is because Patriji sir very clearly mentions this is completely experienced by this person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would give value to experience as compared to interpretation.
Yeah, I agree. But see, even Upanishads also...
If I knew Sanskrit, I am going to learn Sanskrit. I am not going to leave it at this. Because now it is igniting the fire in me. I am going to learn Sanskrit and read those books also.
Wow, very good. Very good.
Actually, this meditation and all is changing me to an animal now. A very, very hungry animal for knowledge.
Like a roaring lion.
No, but this is actually laying the foundation. In fact, I'm going to insist, if tomorrow anyone listens to me, I will say, before spiritual tablets, people should learn these lessons. At least to some extent. This is the foundation that is required. Honest, I never understood those one tablet concepts that were being spoken of, no? Astral travel, dream, I'm slowly getting a hang of it after going through this.
So we'll get extra marks for reading Thinking Destiny also along.
No, it is not in my control, no? Even if I talk too much, they will say you also have to give exam. But this is a masterpiece. Today I bow to Percival. What an experience he is bringing out. Okay. So I've got a class at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you, thank you.
So you're taking a revision class morning?
Yeah, I told you, no?
We'll have a
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I will take.
You said now if 5 people are there only, then I'll take.
More than 5 will be there, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm sure after today, yeah, they'll join.
Yeah. ठीक है, चलो. Okay.
ठीक है, sir. Good night. See you.
Chalo, good night.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Take care.